You're right on time for Hope TV News Watch on this 26th day of August 2025. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Moridi. We begin with the Council of Governors is pushing back against the Ministry of Health's plan to transfer over 7,400 universal health coverage staff to county governments on permanent and pensionable terms. Terming the move premature and contrary to earlier agreements, the governors say the ministry must first provide adequate funding, settle pending gratuities, and complete a long overdue staff verification report. Without these steps, the Council of Governors warns counties simply cannot absorb the workers as directed.
On the transfer of universal health coverage staff, it was agreed that the Ministry of Health would allocate adequate resources as per the approved SRC salaries scale before the transfer of the payroll to the county governments. Since the contracts are still valid, the decision to transfer the staff at this time is premature and untimely. Number two, on verification of the UHC staff, the report on the verification exercise of the UHC staff has not been validated and officially shared, and therefore the process of transfer that the ministry is proposing is not agreed upon. Thirdly, on payment of gratuity for UHC staff, the UHC staff currently are engaged on contractual terms and are entitled to gratuity. The Ministry of Health should therefore settle all the gratuity payments for UHC staff before the transition to county governments. The Council reiterates its earlier commitment to absorb the verified UHC staff and facilitate their salaries in line with the approved SRC salary scales once the allocation of the resources have been disbursed to the counties, as well as the gratuity obligations have been honored.
Well, at the same time, former Chief Justice David Maraga has accused the Ministry of Health and Social Health Authority of fraudulent payments to ghost facilities, demanding full transparency on funds collected, allocated, and disbursed. He questions why top officials remain in office despite the scandal, warning that those involved must be held accountable.
Something dark and deeply disturbing is happening in our healthcare system. Only yesterday, the Kenya Social Health Authority's website went dark. The Kenya Master Facility Registry also vanished. This is not only a cover-up of heinous crimes against Kenyans, but also a gross breach of Kenyans' constitutional rights, as these are sites that keep and verify government records on hospitals and healthcare centers. This comes after revelations that hundreds of millions of shillings were dispersed to ghost facilities and non-operational health institutions across the country. Prior to this, the Cabinet Secretary for Health had indicated to Kenyans that the ghost facilities were closed in May, yet there is evidence that they continued to receive public funds in June, July, and August. The question that remains in the minds of many Kenyans is this: how can such a brazen and persistent theft of public resources be normalized by the government and explained away as an oversight? How can the CS in charge of health and the management of the management team at SHA continue to be in office after such expose?
Now, away from that, and President William Ruto has appointed an 18-member expert panel to implement a compensation framework for victims of protest and riot since 2017. The panel will be chaired by Professor Makau Mutua, with the Law Society of Kenya President Faith Odhiambo as deputy. Other members include Amnesty International's Irungu Houghton, Kennedy Ogeto, Dr. John Olokuru, Dr. Linda Musumba, Dr. Duncan Ojwang, Juliet Chepkemei, and Fatuma Kinsi Abbas. Technical leads Richard Bano and Dr. Duncan Ndeda will also serve alongside the Joint Secretary, Dr. Raphael Ngetich. The panel is tasked with verifying claims, categorizing victims, and submitting progress reports within 120 days. Moving on swiftly, and the Magistrates Court in Kahawa has given Manyata Member of Parliament Gitonga Mokunji a final chance to face formal terrorism charges or be released. The case was adjourned to September 5th after the prosecution once again failed to file a complete case file. The investigating officer requested more time to finalize the investigations, a request the magistrate granted, while warning that failure to file charges by the next hearing will result in the case being dismissed.
Why? They need to be specific. So that our clients get out of this court knowing that it's a specific and a particular thing that they are waiting.
This is marked as the last mention when the prosecution is expected to update the court on the progress of investigations and the issue of release of items confiscated from the respondents.
Now, President William Ruto has awarded Kenya's highest civilian honor to Prince Rahim Aga Khan V in recognition of the Aga Khan Development Network's decades of impact in health, education, media, and more. Now, the new Ismaili Muslim leader, on his first official visit since assuming the role, also signed landmark cooperation deals with Kenya on conservation, urban renewal, and cultural heritage. His sister, Princess Zara, was also honored for her role in advancing social development.
For over a century, members of the Ismaili community have called this country home. They've contributed to Kenya's progress and drawn inspiration from its spirit of unity and diversity. It's against this backdrop that I'm profoundly honored to be named a Chief of the Order of the Golden Heart. I'm most deeply grateful to you, President Ruto, for this award and for this warm welcome. I therefore accept this great honor with deep humility and gratitude. It's a privilege to be here today among the leaders of a nation with which the Ismaili Imamate shares a long friendship, profound respect, and deepening partnership. Through the work of the Aga Khan Development Network, whether in health, education, culture, economic development, or the environment, our aim has always been to improve the quality of life for all, regardless of background or faith.
On behalf of the government and people of Kenya, I extend my warmest congratulations to you, Your Highness Prince Rahim Al Hussaini Aga Khan V, upon assuming the esteemed leadership as the 50th hereditary Imam of the Shia Ismaili Muslims. I also take great pride in congratulating you on receiving the Chief of the Order of the Golden Heart, Kenya's highest civilian honor, a recognition of your personal commitment and the Aga Khan Development Network's distinguished service to the people of Kenya.
Now, the 71st Greater Horn of Africa Climate Outlook Forum has concluded today in Nairobi. The two-day event brought together climate scientists, policymakers, and partners to review the season and discuss strategies for managing droughts, floods, and other climate risks. Environment Cabinet Secretary Dr. Deborah Barasha and IGAD officials emphasized the need for stronger early warning systems to protect communities across the region.
The Greater Horn of Africa is becoming increasingly vulnerable to climate extremes, with communities facing the consequences of erratic rainfall, prolonged droughts, and devastating floods. These climate-related risks do not respect borders. They test the resilience of both IGAD and EAC member states alike. Addressing them requires more than awareness. It calls for shared knowledge, timely information, and a united regional approach. Over the past 28 years, GACOV has become a cornerstone of regional climate service delivery, bringing together climate scientists, decision makers, and sectoral users to translate the regional seasonal climate outlook into actionable solutions for key sectors in the region. I wish to commend the IGAD Climate Prediction and Application Center, ICPAC, for successfully organizing and coordinating 71 GACOV to date, an achievement that underscores the commitment and value of this platform as a regional convener.
Really, it is a very important initiative because our region is really going through droughts, especially in the northern parts of the IGAD region, starting from Somalia all the way to Sudan, where large communities are losing their livestock, their livelihoods. So this is an initiative to really provide important information, not only those who are already affected by the drought, but those that are in danger of droughts, especially in the so-called ASAL regions in Kenya, Uganda, South Sudan, and other member states.
Well, it is exactly 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
Get ready, family! From the 26th to the 30th of August 2025, something powerful is happening at Seaton Valley Road. It's the Family Discipleship Conference 2025, and everyone's invited. Parents, teens, youth, and even golden ages. This one's for you. Our theme this year is Unmasked, inspired by Galatians 5:25, a bold invitation to walk in step with the Spirit as a family and a generation. Daily from 8:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Come experience deep teaching, vibrant worship, and real conversations that will transform your family life and your walk with God. And we've got a powerhouse speaker lineup just for you. Bishop Callisto Odede, Dr. Shodanke Johnson, Reverend Dr. Emily Obwaka, Bishop Dr. Gibson Anduvate, Ernest Wamboye, Reverend Grace Bukachi, and Reverend Tom Otieno. Whether you're a parent navigating modern challenges, a teen finding your identity, or a youth hungry for truth, this one is for you. Workshops, worship, fun activities, and powerful moments. It's all here. Registration is now open. Secure your spot today by clicking the link below. That is ftc.seaton.org. Registration and the conference is free. Mark your calendar. Bring your crew and let's grow together, unmasked and in step with the Spirit. Seaton Family Discipleship Conference 2025, where generations gather, grow, and go.
I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against.
This September, Uhuru Park will thunder with revival.
This place that gave birth to a revival to a continent will once again give birth to a revival to a generation.
5 days of worship, word, and breakthrough. Experience word that awakens destiny and presence that transforms lives. Join a nationwide awakening like no other. Come as you are, seeking, believing, expectant. Rema Feast 2025.
And so here it begins again from the 1st to the 5th of September 2025.
Entry is free.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH For more information on how to become a Friend of Hope, call 0116 212 723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Hope TV News Watch. Now let's get down to business. And the Senate Committee on Agriculture is raising alarm over mobile dryers bought by the national government, revealing that while those managed by NCPB are fully functional, nearly all county held dryers lie idle. Senators blame poor coordination and vow to demand answers as farmers in the North Rift region gear up for harvest amid growing concerns over billions owed to NCPB by both national and county governments.
It has come to our notice, and through this consultative session, that government procured dryers to counties in this region. The dryers that are in the custody of NCPB are working, but the dryers that are at county level, those that were devolved, 98% are not working because there was no good working mutual relationship between the purchasers of the dryers, within the recipient of the dryers, and the professionally acknowledged institutions of FEPB to guide and empower county governments to be able to facilitate farmers to dry their maize using those dryers. So as a committee, we will move with speed to demand an explanation and swift action from the national government that procured these dryers to ensure that they no longer become idle investments, but they must be turned into proper equipment to serve the farmer. The supplier of the dryers, the purchaser of the dryers, and the recipient of the dryers must be put on table to agree, to be taught, to be empowered on how those things should be done, and therefore proceed to drying the maize for farmers.
And to some sporting action now, the CHAN tournament has played a significant role in reviving football glory in the country, as well as improved sports developments after several years in the shadows. The tournament has sparked a wave of transformation, from the upgrading of major stadiums to the development of modern training facilities, giving Kenyan football a new lease of life. Our reporter Caleb Morty takes a closer look at how CHAN 2024 is reshaping the country's sporting landscape.
After years of limited football activity, the sport is making a powerful comeback in the country, and the 2024 African Nations Championships CHAN has been a major catalyst for this resurgence. The tournament has significantly boosted Kenya's sports infrastructure, leading to upgrades of major stadiums and the development of modern training facilities across the country.
The government is committed to providing the infrastructure that will return international football to Kenya in a very significant and intentional way.
The iconic Moi International Sports Center Kasarani remains the country's flagship venue and is scheduled to host the finals of the CHAN 2024 tournament. At the same time, Nyayo National Stadium has been refurbished and is now ready to host matches in the upcoming Kenya Premier League season, as well as CAF-sanctioned tournaments. Equally important is the development of modern training grounds that meet international standards, providing national and local teams with top-tier facilities for preparation and development.
Making sure that all the stadia that we built meet international standards and can be accredited for any international sport.
With better facilities now in place, Kenya is positioning itself not just as a host, but as a serious competitor on the African football stage. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Caleb Mwoti.
A very passionate reporter right there. Thank you so much, Caleb Mwoti, for filing that story. Moving on swiftly, and Mombasa-based Bandari Football Club will take on a Tanzanian Giants Yanga Sports Club in an international friendly set for September 12th at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. The fixture will headline Mwananchi Day, which is Yanga's annual fun festival that celebrates the club's identity and strengthens the bond with its supporters ahead of the new season. Yanga's communications officer Ali Kamwe confirmed the match to local media in Tanzania, noting that the encounter will be key preparation ahead of the new season. Now, Kenya's women's volleyball team, Malkia Strikers, are out of the race for the World Volleyball Championships in Thailand after losing their opening 2 matches to Germany and Poland. With both sides winless so far, Kenya will face Vietnam in a dead rubber clash on Wednesday, while group leaders Germany and Poland, who have already sealed qualification to the second round, will battle for top spot. Malkia Strikers head coach Geoffrey Omondi says is not satisfied with the results and is now backing his side to register a win in their final match against Vietnam.
Hiyo game imekuwa mzuri, although bado hatujapata ile result tunataka. We've just picked a set. We were hoping to go for the 5th set, but unfortunately we didn't pick the 4th, so we could not go for the 5th. And that was our target, that if we could go for the 5th set, tungesukumana nao hata tuone kama tunaweza chukua hii game. Although we have learned a lot. Tomorrow we are facing Vietnam. There's a lot to do in terms of speed work, in terms of our front and backcourt defense. And we are going to work on it because we are in our training tomorrow. We are going to look into that and see how we can. Kama tunaweza anguka na Vietnam tutafurahi. Indeed, there's a lot of improvement. There's a lot of coordination. There's a lot of teamwork that I've seen. There's a lot of skill development that has gone on. And that is what has enabled us to play, even pick a set from Poland, the world's number 3. We are hoping to do better. We are not yet there, but we are still pushing and hoping to do better. Things remaining the way they are, we will push more and get better results next time. I rarely get satisfied if I don't get the results I want. I will not say that I'm so happy because I still need to win. At least we need to win a game in the World Championship or 2. So we are still not where I want us to be, but it's a fair game.
Game haijakuwa rahisi. Game imekuwa poa, haijakuwa rahisi vile pa tumeng'ang'ana. Kenye tu imekuwa tu ngumu kidogo ni reception, pa tutang'ang'ana tu nayo. Alafu pia block yetu haijakuwa poa vile, pa tutang'ang'ana poa. Kweli ni mara yangu ya kwanza kucheza na hawa. At least nimefeel naweza. Nitaenda kuchikaza kwa reception, maana hiyo imenilemea sana.
I'm honest when I don't come here to say, I told you 2 days ago, we were aware it could be difficult. We came here prepared to do our best match. And when we were struggling, we were expecting that this could happen. This is also the reason that we didn't lose our mind, because we knew that this could happen with big respect, and we had just to stay there and to try to do our best again. And this is why probably we could recover, because if we were, let's say, not ready for having these problems, probably we couldn't come back because we could get too frustrated about that. But we were aware about that, and so we registered our system a little bit, and luckily we have been able to overcome.
Now, finally, Anthony Muigai is the new champion of the IPF golf tournament at Ruiru Sports Club. Muigai, playing off handicap 21, carded 42 points to beat a field of more than 200 golfers and take the overall title. In the ladies category, Judy Nyambura emerged winner with 41 points, while the tournament also celebrated outstanding performances across men's, juniors and guest divisions. All right, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV News Watch. really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kennedy Kimani, and Boniface Moreithi has been our sign language interpreter.